broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We are the ones they left behind. Brink the brink. And I wonder when we are ever Episode 9, that's what we're breaking down this time. What? Welcome to the Brink After Show. Tina Turner, ladies and gentlemen. She screams patriotic.
Where did she come from?
Actually, I have no idea, but I think somewhere in these United States. And I did as well. I'm Lauren Lograsso. I'm your host for the evening. I'll be taking you on a luxurious tour of the episode. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at LoloLogro. And Jonathan, where
I
can
was
they
going
find
to say,
you?
Lo, you're not going to do it alone.
I have a co-host.
Hi, guys. My name's John Manganello. You can find me at Johnny Mangs on Twitter and Instagram, or at johnmanganello.com, a website that I purchased all by my lonesome.
You know what? Good for you. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of funds, a lot of cash.
Got a lot of cash rolling in. Thank you.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
Having a lot of cash, gosh, let me tell you.
It's a really good thing.
The funny part is there's zero cash up in here. Thank you.
Yes. But you know who does have some cash? Walter, the Secretary of State.
Whoa.
He's trying to use it in this episode.
We've got a lot to talk about tonight.
There's a lot to talk about.
Before we jump into things, though, before we go crazy for the Brink, I want to give a shout out to our fallen soldier, Dave Abed.
Yes.
Abed.
He couldn't be with us tonight, unfortunately.
But he'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week. And again, thank you to Dave Hole.
Oh, Dave Holstein. He is a great guy. I loved having him on last week.
It was so cool. It was great to get that deeper insight. We hope you guys really enjoyed it, too.
I've been thinking about the comment I made all week.
Oh, well, I wouldn't beat yourself up over it.
Well, no, because it was meant as a compliment.
I know, but it came out so wrong.
I said, before I met you, I thought you were going to just be this intelligent guy. And I had more to say, but before I could say it, everybody in the room realized what had happened.
Including you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
myself included. And I said, wait, but I swear it's a compliment. Anyway, he's a really great guy. I wonder if he's watching. You think he's watching?
Perhaps, but it was really cool to have him on. We do think he's an intelligent guy, deeply intelligent. In fact, almost intimidatingly so.
Oh, were you intimidated?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. Because I had to break everything down, so it was scary.
Oh, in that way, I agree. Yeah,
anyway.
Because we didn't know, Kendra's name.
Well, we did know Kendra's name, but it's still more fun to call her the aide, and it felt like we were kind of making fun of someone's sister when he was sitting here, you know?
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I also thought, I don't want him to think I'm just a stupid moron.
Right.
The stupid kind of moron, even worse than the normal moron.
True.
So anyway, Dave, if you're watching, hi, we loved your episode tonight.
Yes, this is probably my favorite one that we've seen so far. So, no, not for you?
I liked last week better.
Oh, okay. I like this one better.
But that's why we've got two panelists.
Yeah, exactly. We need a little yin-yang.
Right.
Yin-yang.
This is AfterBuzz TV, not dictatorship world time.
Although that sounds like a blast. Okay, so we're going to mush together Talbot and Walter's story because they're so interrelated in this episode.
I mean, quite literally, they're on the phone almost the entire episode.
Almost the entire time.
Like.
They're texting, they're sending picture messages, there's a secure line. We've got every mode. We even had a fax, which you don't see enough of these days.
In the 21st century?
Come on. Don't you have scanning on your iPhone? Well, they don't have iPhones. They have Blackberries on this show, which is fascinating. Them and my mom.
I know.
Are still using Blackberries.
You know what? Your mom got an iPhone.
She did.
And all week she's been
practicing her emojis. That's what she says. I'm practicing my emojis. She sends me a paragraph this big. But they don't have that luxury. They have Blackberries.
Yeah, so they're texting.
They're texting. But the way we start the episode is exactly how we left it off, where Alex is in the embassy with Rafiq, and there are guys, all of Zaman's generals are trying to shoot him up. And then his cell phone's ringing. Johnny's the cell phone. And who is it but Walter?
Hey, it's Walter.
Hey, Walter, me on the phone.
No, but the guy, yeah.
The most eloquent sentence of the night goes to John. That's your name. That's actually the correct pronunciation. So he ends up doing something really smart, which is he puts him on speaker and hands it to the guy and gets out as much information as he can while the phone's being passed off. So somehow he gets to reasoning with the general, who is, I guess, Zaman's top-ranking general.
Yeah.
And they start talking, and it comes out that
they're going to get Rafi's uncle to fax the psych papers.
Because if they can get these psych papers, basically they can prove that he's insane. They can put this out in front of the whole country, and everyone will know this guy is not fit to lead a nation. So that's happening.
They make some more deals. Says they'll give military aid and giraffes.
Yeah, I love that. And that happens a little bit later in the episode when he's finally convincing him that he can be the leader.
Did I jump ahead?
A little bit, but that's cool.
A little premature.
A little premature. Preemie.
Haven't heard that one before.
So
What?
Uncle Hassan faxes Zaman's records, and the uncle actually tells Rafiq that Farida and the girls are safe at the cabin. And Rafiq's like, "Oh my God, Alex, you are a good man. You gave up your fortune to save my sister and those girls."
And risked his life.
So
thanks for being
to
cool.
save Rafiq. So
Also, Alex has always been cool.
he has. I mean, he's clouded by being kind of a bumbling fool sometimes, but he's a good man. And like we said last week, I thought it was so interesting that Dave Holstein saw Walter as a protagonist, because to me, Walter's a strong figure, but the person we root for as viewers is clearly Alex. I mean, obviously we're rooting for Walter too, but I feel more of a personal association with Alex because I'm more likely to be in his position.
Yeah. Plus, you wanna be friends with Jack Black.
I don't, though. I'm not like into him sexually. I think he's cute.
Oh no, not sexually.
Oh, I'm confused. Explain.
You know what?
Okay, we're just gonna move on.
We're gonna let that one linger.
I love letting it linger.
I think that was the most silence that's ever happened between us
in all of our years of friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a decade.
Did you get us any presents?
I feel like we're about to get back on topic.
Definitely. Oh, Steven is always he's always good to push that little button for us.
And you know what? I appreciate it. It's like when your mom comes in and says, "Are you doing your homework?" You're like, "No, I'm making a Sims house."
Sims is so much fun. But anyway, back to the show. And Talbot passes out? When did that happen? Oh, Talbot passes off. I don't know what I wanted to say there. But passes off the phone. This is when it happened. So he passes off the phone to the general. General starts getting bribes from Walter. He asks for giraffes, finds out Zaman is insane, and Walter tells the general, "You have to arrest Zaman, and then I will make you the president." And he's like, "Okay, sounds good, but I want everything that Raja got and more." So...
Samuni.
Yeah. Samuni, as they call it in Pakistan.
Is that how they pronounce it?
No, I'm totally lying and speaking out of turn. That's not true at all. But Walter also asks Talbot to shoot Zaman if the plan goes awry.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
The gun hidden under those fancy cigars.
Yeah.
I don't smoke cigars,
Pierce
but
gave him?
I guess, but I would love those cigars.
Really?
I mean, like, before I die, I want to have a expensive cigar.
Really?
Just to be like, yeah, I did that once.
Interesting.
Or maybe just to hold it.
Just to hold it, I can see.
See, that there's probably some Freudian stuff going on there.
Absolutely. So phallic.
We got a tweet.
Oh, what did the tweet say?
Another great episode of The Brink. Talbot and Rafiq are a phenomenal comedy duo. And Tim Robbins1, that's his Twitter handle, is great as Larson.
That is true. And you know what? It wasn't just the comedy tonight that got me. They were doing some actual emotional connection through the comedy that made me happy. I feel like for the first time, those two truly respected each other. So that was really nice to see.
Well, I think that Talbot has respected Rafiq. I think that...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I think they saw each other as equals that day.
I wish Dave was here this week, Dave Holstein, because I would say to him something I've been thinking about since he left, which is... not just that I think he is intelligent, but I think Talbot has gotten the short end of the stick here. I think he's been fighting an uphill battle, but with the viewers, I think we've always liked him.
Absolutely.
So why are the characters just coming around to him now?
Because he does do stupid things. In his attempts to make the world a better place, he sometimes makes very silly decisions or decisions that have consequences that he did not see.
I agree, but in a show where Zeke and Walter are doing stupid things, in my opinion, more stupid things, it doesn't seem fair.
True, but we don't hold Zeke up on the pedestal that we hold maybe Alex up on.
But we hold Larson up to that pedestal.
Yeah, but I don't think that I've thought of Larson as being less than. And I think Larson has been getting, in trouble for the actions that he's been taking recently.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost his job. So people are
That's true.
beginning to think that he's a little silly. He does get taken seriously because he does have the power to make deals.
Right.
I guess maybe the difference is that Larson has power while Talbot does not.
I think that is the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still trying to make these big decisions without having the clout that Larson does.
I think you're right.
Yeah. All right, glad we debriefed that one.
Oh,
got
phew.
to the bottom of that.
Oh,
man.
So then Walter says he can't give him the schoolgirls. I know we talked about that, but he'll bomb his house.
And then he'll apologize. So he's basically plotting this whole fight between the United States and Pakistan.
Right.
Yeah.
But the general says, no, just bomb my car. It's a lease. The lease is over anyway.
Which is funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's just another example of the Brink taking this heightened situation and making satire and light of it.
True.
Good job, Brink.
Good job, Brinkles.
So should we continue with those two, or should we talk about Zeke a little bit now?
You want to go to Zeke a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah,
just
it's
Zeke-y.
fun. It's fun.
I'm gonna Zeke a bit.
Zeke a bit. Ezekiel, which is a delicious type of bread, sprouted grain.
So his commander says, you're a prisoner of war, you must take a psych test before flying.
Right.
So they're like, wait, no, like, come on. No, like, you have to do it. So instead of taking the psych test...
He gets drunk.
Right? I'm right about that. They don't take the test.
Well, basically, he said you have to take a psych test. Let's see. Zeke will not be able to battle because he's a prisoner of war.
Right.
That's what I have here. Zeke asks his higher-up to let him fight, and he says he's the best pilot in the Navy, and the higher-up tells him his naval career is over and to jump off the ship. So that's what I got out of that.
Big bad ship?
Yeah. Well, so basically, I don't think he even got the option to take that test. I think that they just shut him down before he even got there.
Right, but then he gets drunk off of Listerine.
Right. Well, first it was drunk off of a blue alcohol in a Listerine bottle, and then it was just regular Listerine.
Oh, I thought it was regular Listerine the whole time.
The first part was blue alcohol in a Listerine bottle.
When did they switch?
The second time, because he was like, yo, we've just been drinking Listerine for this past hour. And he's like, he looked like he was going to throw up at first, but then he made peace with the situation. So basically him and Sidekick, a.k.a. Glenn, are just having a ball, drinking alcohol, drinking Listerine, trying to forget about the fact that they're the only ones that are not allowed to go to war, and their career is basically over. And Zeke is lamenting his life. He's like, oh, man, I lost my wife. I lost my baby mama. I lost my job. I got nothing. I'm going to drink this Listerine and try to forget about it all. But then Glenn's like, remember, we got this penis man right here, and we're going to sell this penis man and make bank off of this penis man. A lot of cash. Heaps of cash.
I mean, who doesn't want heaps of cash in this economy? Yeah, I think Zeke, out of all the men, is definitely... I feel for him.
Yeah.
In a way, because he's at the low end of the totem pole here.
Yeah, he's got a crappy, I don't want to say a crappy job, because obviously serving our country is a wonderful thing, but he is at the bottom of the totem pole of the Navy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, like, he has no power over his own life. The only way he can get power is by selling these illegal drugs, and then he gets in more trouble and has even less power. So he's just in a really bad spot, and obviously he's giving in to things that he shouldn't be doing, like taking drugs and drinking. But I do understand that his level of depression and anxiety is pretty high. Yeah, he's doing all these things to try to self-medicate, but really, he just needs better options for his life, and he's not going to get them.
I was cheating on my wife.
Right. You love women so much.
Love them.
Yeah.
Actually, I do.
Yeah, you do. You're a feminist.
Oh, yeah. And you know who else is a feminist?
Who?
Matt McGorry on Orange is the New Black with Pornstache, who is on the show. It's like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Also, Matt McGorry and Dave Abed
are in bed together.
No, well, they're BFF.
They're best friends. It's really cool.
Where were we?
We were talking about Zeke and how he's downtrodden, and that's why he's doing all of these crazy drug things.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead.
Zeke is a bit of is meek. I feel for him. I think because the other two men, Walter and Talbot, I feel like once this series ends,
once this episode's over,
once this series ends, they're gonna have high-paying, proper, well-respected jobs. I think Talbot's gonna get I think his career's going to take off.
If everything goes according to plan, then yes.
I think it will. I have faith. Mm-hmm. Zeke is the working class man, and there's something about that I feel for. I don't know. I feel for him.
Sure. I mean, yes, absolutely. In watching this, I said we associate with Talbot the most. We probably associate with Zeke the most in reality. I mean, obviously, we're not going out on drunken benders and selling, penis sculptures.
Oh, and by the way,
what?
The end of Zeke's plotline today, after they drink all the Listerine and alcohol,
of course,
he has to go fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean,
and he's not going to say no because that's what he's been fighting for and asking for. So now he gets what he wants. Wow. Now he gets what he wants, and it's not a good thing because he's drunk. And he's going to do something bad, but maybe he'll do something good. Maybe
his drunkenness will
help him, actually. Have you ever met someone like that?
No, cancel that.
No, I wanted to cancel it off the airwaves, but I actually have known people.
Speaking of airwaves, you hear that plane?
Yeah, there's a plane. I don't know if the people at home can hear it, but we just heard a plane going over.
I heard it in the headphones.
Yeah, I did too. But, so have you ever known people who do better when they're on some sort of drug or alcohol cocktail?
Not driving.
Well, no, not driving. And I get that flying is even more difficult than driving. But I don't know. I think that he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird, though, because he's already,
it's not a good situation.
Been under the influence once.
But I feel like he's the kind of person that can fare well.
Dave Holstein, what kind of example are you setting for the youth of America?
You ripped your notes. They're not going to be much good now.
They weren't good to begin with.
Oh, great.
So Talbot.
Mm-hmm. So he takes these pictures with Saman.
Those are funny.
Those were hilarious. Putting he's doing duck face and throwing out peace signs. But this is actually great because when Walter goes to his wife to say
Walter,
it would be when Walter.
No, not the way I say it.
All right,
I say when Walter.
Our systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
I mean, we technically weren't off the subject. We were technically just saying how you could say Walter.
No, that was also subject.
Walter's sort of the name of the character.
Now. I'm sorry.
So, anyway, Walter goes to talk to his wife. Okay, you gotta stop that.
We're gonna do a supercut of you saying that to me. So Walter goes to talk to his wife.
And she's like, no, screw you, and I don't even know if I want to be married to you. Is this working for you? It's not working for me anymore.
Right, and now you realize this?
Yeah.
They've been on the fritz this whole series.
They've been on the brink this whole series. Come on.
Now that wasn't off topic.
No, that was about as on topic as a girl could ever be. So anyway, they fight. Finally, he's like, hey, we got to get Pierce because this is what's going to happen. They're going to launch a missile at Israel. That's what happened there, right? He said some sort of threat. I don't know if it was that, to be completely honest.
It was one of the Brink threats.
It was one of the Brinks. Like war is coming. War is coming. So that's what was going to happen. And so Joanne, that's the wife's name, right?
Sure.
That's my mom's name, so that's a great name. So
Joanne's wife's name.
Joanne's wife. The wife goes and talks to Pierce and is like, listen, you got to talk to him. This is what's happening. And Pierce somehow gets on board, even though he fires Joanne.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
was odd.
Yeah. It's like, for marrying him. Well, you knew that when you hired her,
And
so
then
don't
she
be a
was
jerk.
like, yep.
Yeah. I love that she's like, fair.
Fair. Like,
Yeah.
You're right, I married him. I deserve to lose my job.
Right, and I didn't realize that she didn't know that he had lost his job yet. Because that came out there.
Okay, interesting.
But anyway, he gets Pierce on board. They both come together in a miraculous turn of events and storm the meeting room. They're in the White House, yeah, obviously. So they storm the meeting room together and interrupt the president because they're about to shoot a missile where all this is going down. So we're almost about to have another situation like what happened with Raja, which would be terrible.
Yeah.
But they decide to stop it, which is great because they end up putting the pictures from the BlackBerry onto the projector screen. We see that this is in fact happening, and they go through it, tell them a little bit about what's going on, and it seems like everything is going to be okay. But come to find out,
guess what?
Zaman has sent a missile to Israel. Which is terrible. And it was sent out about 7.5 hours ago. It has been going for 5 hours.
But they can't find it.
No, wait. It's been going for 5 hours. It's going to take 7.5 hours to get there. They can't find it because they sent it on a sneaky track so that it wouldn't be able to get tracked.
Well, and they think it might be a suicide bomb, right?
Right. Because they said, well, he'll never make it. He doesn't have enough gas. Well, he doesn't care because he doesn't want to live.
He doesn't want to live.
No.
He wants to die for what he believes in.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. He must be just a big old extremist.
Yeah, definitely. Something we didn't talk about
What?
that I thought was a really funny and interesting moment was when Talbot and Rafiq were going back and forth, and Rafiq was translating what was going on.
Totally.
That was hilarious.
I like that part, and there was one more part, and it's funny you brought that up because I was going to bring this up. The part, Lauren and I are just playing footsie
right now.
Don't tell her boyfriend. Shh. She has a boyfriend named Napoleon at home. Hope he's not watching.
Ugh, he'll be really jealous.
Alex wants Rafiq to shoot instead of him, and he says,
it's
like telling a Jew to kill Hitler. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Didn't he say it's an honor?
Yeah, do it. Like, you would love it. And he's
Wouldn't
like,
it be
nah,
great? Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about?
Well, yeah, I love that. This is what's funny. Okay, I have some good notes on this.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, the psychology reports come out, and the top-ranking general is reading them to Zaman, and Zaman's basically not backing down. He's trying to get the generals to turn and get the top-ranking general out instead of letting the top-ranking general take Zaman prisoner. And when it finally comes out what's in this report, this is what gets him. I wrote this because they said this, so I'm direct quoting. I'm not saying anything bad. But they called him a pencil dick. And the term pencil dick is what made him lose all of his power. So ultimately, everything in the world does come down to a man's penis.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an interesting metaphor. The power of the peen. That's what I wrote down.
Peen machine.
That's what he let take him down because he didn't want these penis profiles to be released to the public.
I know.
Yeah.
That's because guys are sensitive about it.
So sensitive that he is going to be taken prisoner, possibly executed. I mean, they said they're going to take him prisoner, give him a trial, and then hang him.
This is another reason. Last week, I told writer-producer Dave Holstein that I think they punish men well, and we've been talking about that the past couple of weeks, actually, since the show started. But also, the women characters are better in a way, right? Like they have their stuff together a little bit more. And I thought this was a perfect wrench to throw in the mix.
Right.
The penis thing.
Yeah, that he would allow himself to be taken down just because of his penis.
The satire, no one is safe on this show. It's all fun, it's all funny, but it's good. It's good satire. We're making fun of men who rule the world. I just love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's great.
Way to go.
Way to go. Who is Carl, by the way? Did you hear that name brought up a couple times? If you guys know, tweet at us, because I was like, who is Carl?
Hashtag ABTV Brink.
Hashtag ABTV Brink. Brink. That's how you spell Brink,
That's how
in
you
case you
spell
were
it.
wondering. That's how you throw a pen at a TV, in case you're wondering.
I'm sorry.
For those of you that are audio-based, Johnny just threw a pen at the Brink TV.
Unintentionally.
Unintentional.
Sorry, Sir Richard Wentworth.
So what Talbot needs to do now at this point is to get Zaman to recall the pilot.
Totally.
Yeah.
But he's like, how do I do that?
He's like, by any means necessary. Well, we don't know.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. Give the man some hints.
If it is a suicide mission, isn't it going to be impossible?
Well, possibly, but if he's doing it for his country and the guy who sent him out says, now for your country, come home, maybe it will be possible.
True.
Yeah.
True. We'll see what happens. That was another good cliffhanger. There are so many good cliffhangers on this show.
I mean, we're running out of cliffs here, folks.
Yeah, how many more hangs can we do? We're going to need to hang glide next week.
That would be fun.
You think there's going to be a C2? Season 2?
Yeah, they already announced it.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did.
Breaking news right here.
Well, we talked about
We
this
did talk about it.
I guess my question is not, do you think there's
What
going to
will
be another
happen in
season 2? Do you think it's going to be the same characters?
Doing this? Can we keep going
My
through
little heart can't take it.
It's going to beat out of my chest.
I meant, is there going to be a season 2 of the Brink after show?
Well, that is TBD.
TBD.
We'll need to see if the hosts are available.
Yeah, I would say Joe is jealous of Spence.
I would say that too.
So...
And then we're left with Zeke and Glenn going to save the day with being so drunk. Gentlemen, your country needs you.
But kids, don't try this at home.
Don't.
Seriously, don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. It's so easy
Uber's
these days.
so easy. They should have just called an Uber plane. Come on.
Duh.
Just kidding. We know that would not be appropriate in
Hang
this
on,
situation.
private conversation for Lauren. Do you
What?
want to make predictions?
Yeah, let's predict some stuff.
Okay, we're going to make those predickies.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
What do you say, Lo?
Well, I'd like to hear what you say first, sir.
So, okay, I have several predictions. First of all, I think they're going to stop the suicide mission. I think Alex is going to save the day again because he's so... Alex, way to go, by the way.
I love him.
So I think he'll figure something out, and I think it'll be a weird way. I think it'll be an Alexy Talbot-y way.
Those are my favorite kinds
I
of
think
ways.
that Walter's going to get his job back.
Yeah. I think he kind of already has.
I think he's saving the
unofficially.
day. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think Zeke is going to fly the plane drunk, and I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I don't think that he'll come out. I wish that he could just say to his, officer, listen, I'm drunk.
Maybe
but he
he'll
can't.
Die.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want him to.
I know.
But it's TV.
People die in TV.
Not life.
Not
People
life.
don't.
No. We all have the serum. Don't you have the life
Tuck
serum?
Everlasting. Yeah, I read it. So those are my predictions.
Those are good predictions. Yeah, I think he's going to fly the plane too because he's trying to save his job at this point. If he flies the plane and saves the day, he can probably get a higher ranking. Saves the day.
Yeah.
I didn't say saves his day.
No, it's just either way, it's funny.
Oh, okay. Well, if he flies the plane and saves the day, then he can probably get promoted. If he crashes the plane, then he's maybe going to die and also maybe going to go to prison. So, it's a risk, 50-50. Again, we don't recommend you do this at home, but...
Don't drink and drive.
And for him, I feel like that his only option is to try, because otherwise he's going to have nothing.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate that our whole country is depending on this.
I know, it's sad.
Yeah. Anyway.
Men. Who needs them?
Not me.
Men. Who needs them?
And with that... I think our show is coming to a conclusion.
I mean, that was a great way to wrap things up.
Yeah, that's what this episode meant to me. How about you, John?
Well, we've got one more week, and I'm super stoked.
Super stoked, S squared.
In the meantime, you can find me online. I'm there a lot. At Johnny Mahings is my Twitter handle, and it's also my Instagram handle.
Wow. It's all inclusive. My name is Lauren Lograsso, and you can find me at LoloLogro on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso. And if you're a fan of music, I will be playing a live show tomorrow at Bar 20 on Sunset Boulevard at 8 p.m.
And if you're in the Los Angeles area.
Or if you're not, take a little flight. Just a small one.
That's true.
We appreciate you so much. It's been wonderful talking with you. Feel free to tweet at us. Go on iTunes, like us, rate us, and like us on YouTube. And
just don't hate us.
We love you and we appreciate you. And thanks for talking the Brink with us.
Night, guys.
Night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Later, Buzz you!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.